All right, guys. So I want to react to this today because I think Pat McAfee does a really great job in this segment when he's talking about the hip drop tackles being banned. And I think he does a really good job of explaining exactly what needs to get done to fix this problem before they start banning everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and play this real fast and kind of give my thoughts and opinions. If you guys are new, I have to cover half the screen because of copyright. But if you guys are new, I am completely against them banning the hip drop tackle. I think it's a part of football. It's tackling. I understand that injuries can happen, but at the end of the day, guess what? That's football. I'm sorry, but you're getting paid millions of dollars to play football. As long as it's nothing intentional, and I do not believe the hip drop tackle is intentionally trying to hurt anyone, unless someone is headhunting, twisting ankles after the play, hitting someone after the play, maliciously angling themselves to hurt someone. I don't think there should ever be. I don't. There's nothing wrong with it. That's football, right? And I get CTE is a problem and it's a thing, but at the end of the day, you're getting to a point where it's just flag football. So let's go ahead and watch this and react to this.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. You can't even do that, I guess, because hey, we're not going to throw a flag, but we don't want you doing that anymore. I guess you can't do that.
But I don't know why we just can't have like hey, you're signing up to play football, you might get hurt. It is a physical sport.
But think about it, though. They wanted to take the head out of football, right? They wanted to like take the head out. So how they teach tackling is much different now than they did 15, 20 years ago.
Little side note here. He's talking about the whole perspective of the NFL getting sued for players getting hurt, getting CTE, getting, that's why they're taking out these hip drop tackles. And as McAfee says, which I think is a really great job here, is, just tell them, hey, listen, when you sign up, you're signing up. When you join the NFL, you're signing up to play football. And there's a chance you're going to get hurt, okay? There's a chance this is going to happen.
Ago. So, yeah, we did that. But now, like, this isn't a technique that anyone is teaching that we have to retrain. Like, it's something that just, it happens naturally when you're trying to get somebody down.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they're only doing this so they can cover their ass for future lawsuits.
That's all of it, though. That's everything.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, why don't we cover our ass for future lawsuits if we're the NFL and just say everybody is going to sign on the day one of training camp whenever you get there, hey, you understand that you might get injured they can give us a full, you have to go through shit anyways.
Yeah.
Give a full on every single thing and say you are signing up knowing that this is possible. I think everybody in the NFL would immediately they would sign it. It's like a few years back. Well, you don't think so? You don't think everybody would sign that? You think?
And if a player doesn't want to sign it and they're like, hey, listen, I don't want to risk injuring myself, I'm sorry, don't play football. Go play another sport. And I know it might sound harsh and it might sound like, a crazy take, but that's football, man. As long as it's not malicious and it's just football done, then that's just football. It is what it is. Players get injured. And I think the best way to put it is the way that a lot of defensive players are now saying this on social media. They're like, so what I have to do as a defensive player is I have to change the way I tackle someone, risk injuring myself to try to avoid tackling you in the way that is going to be best for me. So I have to avoid risk injuring myself to protect you from injury. So you have to, as a defense player now, risk injury to protect someone else from getting injured, which just shows how much the NFL is putting the offense and the perspective of the offense at the top of the game. And the reason why is because last year, the average point per game, I think it was 35 points. And it used to, the year before that, it was 39. So like the average points, or not points per game, I think it was there was some metric. It's like the average, I think it was points per game, scored was 39 points, and it went down to 35 points. And because of that, the NFL is like, no. People aren't going to watch games if defenses are doing things. And if defenses are doing good and players just get injured because it's football, people are going to stop watching. We can't allow that to happen. So it's just, and as McAfee says, and she is correct, that a lot of it is the fact that they're trying to cover the butts from lawsuits. Because what happens is, the NFL, right, is one thing, okay? But you have to remember, there is more than just the NFL. There is college, high school, rec, pee-wee football. There's a whole bunch of different types. And every single, for the most part, I will say, because I know college is a little bit different when it comes to, like, You only have to catch the ball 1 foot inbounds. There's also more targeting in college than there is in the NFL. But for the most part, rec, high school, middle school, this is all, to a certain degree, exactly what the NFL does. So if the NFL changes their rules, then these lower end programs also change the rules as well. And it's not really the NFL that's the problem here. It's the problem is a middle schooler or a high schooler or maybe a rec kid, right, is playing football and they're getting hurt. And they're getting snatched up and they're getting destroyed. And these are kids not going for millions of dollars, and most likely none of them will ever get to the NFL. And the problem is, all these programs now are suing the NFL and saying, hey, well, hold up. My kid who's 7 years old broke his, whatever, because he was playing football according to your rules and how you have it structured, and now my kid's hurt. And they sue the NFL. And it goes all the way up to middle school, high school, and you have all these kids who are never going to make the NFL, but they are playing football with the same rules as these pro football athletes are, and the problem is they're getting hurt, and they want it to be safer. There is a level of, and I'm just saying that's one level of them changing rules and everything like that. The other level is obviously player safety, as they say a million times, but there is an angle, and that's why Mcafee talks about it, and it's very important. There is an angle of player safety, and there is an angle of lawsuits and covering their own butts. And you have to remember, it's not just player safety. It also goes straight down the line here. All these other levels of kids, teenagers, almost adults, playing football, getting hurt, and looking at the NFL as, your game is not safe enough for my kid. That's where we're at. And the hip drop tackle, I think there is a third perspective of the offense isn't scoring enough. Mcafee actually talks about in his show here. He says how, the whole, every single time you look at a highlight reel, right? You look at a highlight reel and it's always, he's gone 60, 40, 35, 20. He had a crazy touchdown. Amazing offense. They want more of that. That sells tickets. That gets clicks. That gets views. They want that stuff to happen. And as long as that's happening, the NFL makes money. So the NFL doesn't want defenses to do anything. So it's player safety, it's covering your own butts, and then it's that.
Some people.
It depends what's in there, man. Those bills they pass in politicians.
No, I'm saying keep it one page. Let's keep it one pager,
simple.
Easy to read.
If you get hurt, it's not our fault.
You do a deal. We ever do a deal together, by the way, with anybody, any company, since I'm the human representing, they'll send over like a 30 pager that they send to other lawyers, I guess. And I, being a doofus, I won't read that. So that thing needs to.
You need to trim that.
If we're going to get this done, we're going to have to, because this is a 2-year deal.
Give me the outline. Yeah.
No, not the outline. Our contract is going to be, this is going to be 2-page.
And yeah, I think this wouldn't be a bad idea to give a contract out and say, hey, listen, even though it's very self-explanatory that if you play football, there's a chance you could get injured. But at the same time, if the NFL wants to cover their butts and avoid lawsuits, then do it. Then have players sign contracts, right? Have associations below the NFL. Like I said, with Pee Wee football, rec football, middle school, high school, have their schools sign contracts to say, hey, we understand this is dangerous. And it would cover the NFL butts, and we can stop with this whole going toward flag football angle, okay? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the NFL ruining football because they're trying to make it safer. It's a gladiator sport. And trust me, I have been on this channel before, and I have said when players headhunt, when players twist ankles, when players purposely injure one another, I do not see that as football. That is not a gladiator sport. That is dirty. That is disgusting behavior. And I agree that that should be taken out of the game. But when it comes to bang plays, when it comes to hip drop tackling, when it comes to just simple football maneuvers where no one's trying to injure anyone, no one's trying to do anything malicious, you gotta stop. You gotta stop, because this is literally a what's it called? Pandora's box. Because once you open it up, when are you going to stop it? What's next? Next is tackling all together. Next is this, that, and third. There's so many things that we're going to continue to see. They try to take away, and this is toward the offense here, they try to take away the tush push this offseason. They try to take away the tush push. Like, we have to stop. Because this is a slippery slope that's never going to end. So I do agree, Mcafee. You know what? Put a contract up for every player to sign and say, hey, listen, I know it's self-explanatory because you're playing football, but if you play football, you might get injured. And you might not want to play if you don't want to get hurt. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. See you guys next one. Peace out.